gonna be honest with you. I think it's hard because a lot of y'all don't even know what leadership look like.
I agree.
And the reason being is because a lot of women in this generation comes from homes to where there was no leader in it. That was a male figure, right? So all you're gonna do is replicate what you seen. So if I'm in a household in which my mama was calling the shots and setting the precedent for how things are gonna run, when I get out into the real world, I'm only gonna replicate that, and it's only natural that I do. Problem is that again, when you're a kid, that's perfectly fine, but when you become an adult and you have perception of everything that's going on around you, that can no longer be used as an excuse.
For who?
For women. And
can I just to interject off of that little piece that you said?
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm playing. Go ahead.
I was gonna let you cook. Shit.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead. See, that's leadership.
If men are saying that they acknowledge the fact that there have been women that are, if we're talking about dating in our age, which is in our 30s, right. I was born in 89.
Me too.
A lot of our parents, we are coming from broken households, so we're knowing that we're being raised from our mothers. So you're saying that we can no longer, as women, use that as an excuse of, my mom raised me, so on and so forth. But we know that was what was instilled in women as far as being a woman that has to lead because she had no choice because our mothers were left. Mm-hmm. They didn't have a choice to lead. They didn't choose to lead. They didn't march for this shit. They just had no choice but to lead. Mm-hmm. So then as their daughters were looking up to them, we were looking up to them as, man, my mom is a superwoman because she held the whole house down, whether it was 5 kids, 2 kids, or 3 kids, or 1 kid. Regardless, men took that as my mama was a superwoman, and they look for that in their women, and women look at that as my mom was a superwoman. Now I got to be a superwoman. Mm-hmm. So I'm embodying those characteristics within myself as a grown-ass woman. It's just, it's built in me. Right. So it's not that I can't use it anymore as an excuse, because it's not an excuse. It's just something that's it's just embedded in my DNA at this point.
I think women want men to lead. I think that's a misconception that we don't want you guys to lead. I think that a lot of women don't trust a lot of men these days to lead because we see how you guys are leading your lives, and we're like, okay, well, you gonna lead us to hell, or you gonna lead us to be a family man? So I think that women want y'all to lead. We want to be submissive. We want to, sit back and trust you. It's just that when you do certain things that we question, like, hold on, like, where are we going? Like, you're not about to just lead me to anywhere.
I agree.
Then that I think that's the issue. Yeah.
Well, do you feel like that is our man or that the man that you choose?
Well, I got a question.
Go ahead. Come on. Come on.
Why are men so bent on leading when y'all follow in everything else?
Following everything else. I'm unsure on what you mean by that.
Future, you follow your homeboy, not you.
Right. Go ahead.
They follow the trends. They follow because they want to be in this career. They follow this way of thinking.
Who creates the trends though? Does a man create the trend? Oh, so a man creates the trend.
Future created the trend.
So a man creates what you should follow.
What I'm saying
is... Okay, go ahead.
Y'all follow other men, so how are we supposed to follow you specifically instead of following that nigga?
And
why should we follow you?
That's slightly valid, because a lot of niggas are followers. Yes. I will give you that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like men, we create a lot of the stuff that people follow. So it's a man creating what is being followed. And the thing about it is, I think women, they wanna be the ones that say, oh, I made him do that. I'm the reason he's doing that. So they wanna lead until it's really time to lead, and then say, oh, I caused that. He wouldn't do that if it wasn't for me. It's a lot of women saying, oh, Future wouldn't do this if I didn't do that. So yeah.
Wait. Again, Future's the leader. But Future got a lot of followers. And
right.
So how are they supposed to go lead another woman?
So for me, it's a couple reasons why it's been hard. I'm not going to say it is hard, but it has been hard. I'm trying to do better. But I would say, first of all, the way I was brought up. My mom was single until I was about 3-4 years old. And then she got married to my stepdad, but he is a very quiet man. It's not that he's not a leader, but he just lets her take the forefront in a lot of things. So that's what I saw growing up. I've seen my mom do a lot of things by herself, take on a lot of things by herself, and just put me in a position to be an independent woman. So that's what I always was striving for. And then I feel like in college, it got to the point where she was like, okay, well, you need to start letting these men do more for you. And it was very hard for me to make that transition. So that's number one. Number two, control. I don't really like to be anybody to have control of me. That's why I say I want a partner and not, I don't just say husband, I say partner, because I want us to be equals in a sense. I do want him to lead, but I don't want him to feel like because he is leading, he can tell me what to do and where to go and what time to be home and everything that comes with that. So, and then number three, I will say it's just a lot of men that I've come across, they don't have a plan for themselves. They want to be in a relationship, but they don't know where they're going. And then when you ask them where they're going, they're like, well, I don't know. Just follow me. They're like, I had somebody tell me, like, I want you to follow me blindly. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Just like you said, you guys were programmed to see that way.
Right.
And now I'm programmed to be this way as a woman. Man, when we're younger, we're programmed to be snipers and to smash a lot of women, right? But when we're older, we don't get to use that as an excuse to do it, right? Whenever the man cheats on a woman, he still gets the same cussing out, the same left, the same child support, things of that nature, whatever. Like, but it doesn't matter that all our lives we've been programmed to snipe. Rarely ever is a man encouraged to be in a relationship.
Wait a minute, I don't know what snipe means.
Sniping means like jumping around, having sex with a bunch of different women with no type of attachments.
Who programmed y'all to that?
Everybody, society, and I'll explain it to you. When we're growing up, right, from kids, starting with mothers, actually, right. If her son is handsome, what's something that women say? Oh, my son's gonna be a heartbreaker. Look at him, he's so handsome. Blah, blah, blah. So it's like when you get it from that angle, and then you're growing up with your peers, and it's like, okay, who can pull the most numbers? Who can have the most women? And then you listening to your dad and your uncles talk, and it's like, yeah, boy, back in my day, I had them. I was doing this. And then when you actually get out into the dating scene, women gravitate to men who are highly desired by other women. So when I say enable, we get it from all sides, y'all included, even though y'all don't like to cop to that. But I say all that to say, just because we are programmed that way, we don't get to use that as an excuse when we're older to continue to do the same thing.
Nobody's a monolith, so it's not a all men type of thing, because there are some men that know how to lead, but they're already leading their family and their wife. They already wiped up the woman, and they didn't make the kids, they didn't gave the wife the home, so they're
those
off
are the examples. Those are the examples. And what I'm saying is, like, I feel like because you can't help who you're attracted to, and so I feel like you're attracted to a certain thing. And so that certain thing might be that guy that is not a leader. Now, you might say you want that. It sounds good. But at the same time, I feel like in real life, reality, not off the show, like when you walking and you talking to people, meeting people, I feel like you can't help with who you like. I feel like everybody has a type.
Everybody does have a type.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like, as we get older, it's our responsibility to be observant of what we like, also knowing what's good for us and what's not good for us. It might be good for us for that night or for that moment, but is it good for us long term?
So it seems to me as if you like the future type guy.
Oh, absolutely not.
So it's like the trends is cool, like, but not all men are following the trends. The men that shouldn't lead are the ones that's following the trends. So it's saying the men that are following the trends are the men that shouldn't lead.
Okay,
they shouldn't be the leaders. They shouldn't be the ones
bent on women not being submissive, are they not?
But what they got to do with the women, though? That's what I'm saying. You focus on the wrong thing. You should be focused on the leader for your life.
Why are men? The question is what?
You ask a counter question.
Why are women not being able to be led in 2022?
They're being so against them.
And my answer is a lot of these men are followers already. How do we expect for them to lead us when they're followers and everything else in the rest of their life?
You gotta weed out the, you know what I'm saying, the wrongs. You gotta weed out a lot of stuff. So what you're saying is halfway true. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe, if I can throw a number out there, maybe like 30% of men, you know what I'm saying, are following the trends or following the futures or whatever's going on. You know what I'm saying? The Kanye's, whoever is popping. Okay. And then you got a whole 70% pool over here that you need to be choosing from. But yet you focusing on the 30%. You trying to choose from that pool, or I don't know. I don't know if you just making fun of those 30% of men, but ignoring the 70% of men, or I don't know how that works with women.
Women don't trust us. Women don't trust us as men no more. A lot of men, but it's due to a lot of men just being unsure of what y'all want in general. So one thing is the fact that you got a lot of men out here, She's out here in the streets, you know, trying to hit this woman, hit that woman, because based off what we were told growing up, like that's how you kind of get your stripes. That's how you kind of get some validity, you know what I'm saying, within your peers and things like that. So our approach is wrong in a lot of cases, but at the same time, there are a lot of men who understand what's going on because they've seen, you know, and been a part of the single women growing up and things like that. So they try to do the opposite, but you still have some type of tension in general because of, like, one of the things you said, it's hard to give up that leadership. So you'll have a man who's ready to lead or who's wanting to lead and can't, because the woman is like, nah, this is what I'm used to, or just past niggas I've dealt with, you know, this is what I've dealt with and this is what I had, and it never turned out good for me. When you got this man with good intentions, you know, but it's just hard, and then he gets his heart broken, and he turned into a future, and then starts, you know, it's a trickle effect on other women. Yeah. So I think it's a real big disconnect, and it takes a lot of communication and just open-mindedness. I think people got to come into it, just being more open, and not being so scared to get hurt. You know, just because you date somebody and get to know them don't mean you're going to get hurt in the first month. True. You know what I'm saying? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Really try to vet that person. I think that's what that's a lot of problems that we have too.
What I said was not something that's self-destructive as a woman. To me, what I said was, I'm looking at my mom as a superhero because she was holding the house down. Right. She was doing something that was protecting herself and her kids. Right. What you're talking about is not only destructive for yourself, but all the women that you touch your hand on. What I'm doing as far as holding myself down and being an alpha female, which I didn't ask to be, right, is protecting myself and protecting my kids. And if I even jump into a relationship, I'm still hold that nigga down. What you're doing is just self-destruct, period. So of course you can't use that as an excuse. Mine isn't an excuse. It's just what I had to do as a woman. Right.
So, and again, I agree with part of that. When you say it's not self-destructive, you're right. But it's destructive to your relationship. When you run into a man and he has to climb a barbed wire fence before you trust him to lead because of your upbringing. See, and let's just be honest here. If you run into a guy who's actually solid, and he comes in with structure and the plan and everything that we get to talk about, women don't just, okay, you know what, you can have it, regardless of what he's showing her. He's showing her he a great dude. Still, she has to get over said programming that she was a kid, and that's what I mean by you may not be self-destructive, true, right? But you're destructive to the relationship because as a man, no man wants to be in a situation where I have to fight my wife for the steering wheel when I'm in the driver's seat and you in the passenger seat.
So let's take it down from wife, because I know you're there. Mm-hmm. We're gonna please pour some water in it. We're gonna dilute it all the way down to what you said was, why is it so hard for a woman to allow a man to lead? Right. We're not talking about we're in a relationship. We're talking about from the basis of dating. Why is it so hard for a woman to allow a man to lead? So I don't know you, again, from a box of rocks. We're just meeting each other. Even if we've been on 10 dates and you're showing me a little bit of this and a little bit of that, cool, I'm allowing you to still date. However, I was raised from my uncles and my daddy that taught me to fuck everything. I'm still looking at your track record too. So the same way you looking at me being superwoman and alpha woman, I'm looking at you being a hoe ass nigga. So how do I think that you're not gonna fuck me over like you did the last 10 women?
Well, because you just said you don't know me from a can of paint, meaning you don't know what my resume looks like.
Right, but then you don't know that I'm not able to submit either. So you went into something with a preconceived notion that I was raised this way or that I'm such an alpha woman that I'm not going to allow you to submit. Allow myself to submit to you, I'm sorry.
Okay, so first off, context here is a bit off because when I'm speaking in the context of a relationship. Nobody should follow anybody's lead in the dating. First off, dating.
We'll start that off because we didn't say that in the question.
Right. So again, pardon me. So just to provide clarity, we're talking about in a relationship. Dating wise, nobody should be leading anybody. This shit is a sport at the end of the day. It is. If we are not committed, none of this shit matters.
But that also goes into, like, why is that person your type? Where did you get that from? Like, that goes all the way back down to your childhood. Yeah. You know, because a lot of people choose a certain person based off of their childhood experience, how they were raised, how their parents treated them. So if you go after narcissistic men or narcissistic women, was your mom a narcissist? Was your dad a narcissist? So why are you choosing those type of people? So that all goes back to your childhood. I think that it's just a lot of people are not having a lot of grace. We all came from different type of homes. We all were raised different. And a lot of people are like, I had a video like saying that everybody's toxic. I'm toxic. You're toxic. Everybody has toxic traits because it's a generational curse. Our parents were toxic, so we can't help but to be toxic, right?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a generational curse. With we switching subjects, not to talk about the toxic, but I don't feel like it's a generational curse. I feel like being toxic is what's popular, what's going to get you with you. I mean, to a degree, I feel like guys know that women don't like nice guys. And I don't want to keep. I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay on the subject, but I feel like guys know that because guys, every guy done got their heart broken. Every guy done did too much too soon. You know what I'm saying? And so if we're going off of that, I feel like they're gonna go off of what's typically they feel like it's more attractive.
We like nice guys. We don't like corny guys. You can be. Like a mean guy and still be corny. We can tell when you're trying too hard, when you're being corny.
It's always the ones that's not doing what they're supposed to do is the ones you focus on.
No.
But it's a whole pool that is doing what they're supposed to do that you're ignoring.
No, well, I was asking you this question to address a bigger issue. A lot of y'all aren't presenting as leaders. You're not giving us nothing to follow. A lot of y'all.
30%.
Okay, 30% of y'all are not the available 30% because 70% is already taken, right?
No.
They leave their families.
And that goes back to what I'm saying. Like, women want to create what it is and then say, oh, I made this person do that. Like, you just created the 70% not available. I didn't say that. I didn't say they're not available.
So all women are creators? Or?
They want to be the creators until they want to be the leaders until it's really time to lead. And then they want to let a man lead. And then they want to say, oh, I caused him to be the leader. I created that. If he wouldn't do that if it wasn't for me. I am the one that made him mature. I am the one that made him be better. I made him better.
The changes that I've been making, I guess, is when I see someone that I, in thinking about that long term type of relationship with, like, start looking at their leadership qualities. Because a lot of men will show you that they're not leaders out the gate. And they might be dicking you down, so that may blind you, especially depending on how quick you let them in.
If I hit it good enough, she's not going to pay attention to everything else.
The qualities I need to see, that doesn't guarantee that he's going to be leading me. But at least I know if I'm laying down with this man and something is to happen or, we take it further, I can trust, like Toya Taylor said, she can rest in her femininity. And that's my ultimate goal. Within
the context of a relationship, I know you to be difficult because you are combative for no reason. You sit in the passenger seat and you constantly reach for the steering wheel, even in situations to where I'm not putting the car or us at risk, just because it's your natural instinct to be superwoman, as you've seen your mother grow up to be. And that's what I mean by being destructive to the relationship, because there's only so many times I'm going to let you reach for my steering wheel before I just park the car, get the fuck out, and catch Uber to somewhere else and leave you there.
Then at the same time, my thing is there's a lot of men that will, as people have said previously, and I'm a woman and you're a man. We can only speak from our own perspectives and reality of dating. If 9 out of 10 women say this is what a lot of men do in 2022, that doesn't mean that we're dating the wrong people or we're attracting the wrong people. Let me put that out there. That means that this is the pool that is here to pick from. And I say that because a lot of the women that I surround myself with, they do have discernment. They don't have a bad track record of picking niggas in their 30s. Yes, we've all been through our bullshit, but there's a lot of men that we have all talked about that we date that be like, man, come on, girl, I'm gonna either be an asshole about how I'm gonna lead, or I'm gonna be nice about how I'm gonna lead, and I'm gonna lead you blindly. So once again, we're getting to know each other. If you know that I hate saying alpha female, but if you know that I'm a working class woman that is not used to having a man to say, hey, I'm gonna call the shots and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Of course, we're gonna have questions. So I think the irritable part as a man's perspective comes from is, damn, I wish this bitch shut up. She always got a question. Well, yes, I always have a question because either A, just give me a fucking guideline, a fucking roadmap or something to calm me down. You're making me fucking have anxiety because I'm used to having to manage my own life. It's hard for me as a woman that has had no choice but to lead myself to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna ride in this passenger seat. Hold on, nigga, where you going? Because you didn't tell me where we going. All we ask for as women is just give me a little roadmap.
Okay,
That's it. And then maybe we'll sit back and be quiet. And then if things start to deteriorate, then we're going to be like, hey, where are we going? Okay, you know where you're going, all right. But then, damn, nigga, we spinning in circles because the whole time I got my GPS on the side. I ain't going to tell you, but, nigga, you sure you know where you going? Okay, if you say so.
I'm from Atlanta, so I'm kind of like born and raised and knowing like how women operate, especially within like city. I mean, now we in a different age. We in social media, so it's like that take it to a whole nother level. But going back to the subject, I don't really feel like men can't lead. I just feel like it's just like I said earlier, I feel like the man that you choose might not be able to lead, and I feel like also a lot of times previous relationships is baggage. I feel like that it goes to that too though, because when you going into a new relationship and you expecting him to to change or to heal what you got previously going on. And that's a whole nother job on top of a man that we don't really get that much credit for. But I feel like that comes with it. It's like you knowing that if it didn't work out, if she talking to you, you gotta know, hey, I gotta do this. I gotta make sure she's straight, because obviously it's something that happened in the past that she ain't fully healed from or still dealing with or trying to heal from. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so you just said they want a man to lead, but the question is, why aren't women letting men lead? So you're contradicting yourself.
I'm talking about what you're talking about. You're saying that why are men followers? Men are so bent off whatever you said, and you're saying that they are followers. Most men are followers. Yes. That's what you said. So
the
I'm
ones
talking
that are bent on women following them.
So you saying
they
the men
represent leadership.
So you saying the men that are not bent are taken?
A lot of them, yes. A lot of the quality ones, from what I've experienced.
I mean, if that's how you want to look at it, so the men that are all willing to lead are taken, and they have somebody to lead. Is what you're saying?
Because they presented themselves as quality leaders, so women can fall in line for whatever and be submissive.
How or why is it so easy to kind of stay in a relationship longer than it should be, just because the sex is good?
Well,
so what? Like outside of that, like what keeps you around?
Sex. I cannot say. I can say, and I'm speaking from my personal experiences. When I was in a relationship and I was staying because of the sex, it was solely because of the sex. The sex was that good.
So you was putting up with everything else?
I was literally putting up with everything else. I'd have my moments of clarity where I'd be like, nah, fuck this. I'm not about to deal with you. You're disrespecting me. You're not doing me right. And then, 2 weeks go by, the phone is dry, something else is a little moist, and it's like, well, I need to call who I need to call. I need to call my fixer. He come fix you up, but then he mess your mind up.
I feel like you should judge somebody based on their resume, based off their track record. So the type of man you're choosing is very, very important here. Problem is that y'all make decisions based on potential instead of likelihood of realization.
I agree.
Right?
Absolutely.
So when you run into this, hood nigga that's out here doing what he doing, or a regular nigga out here, he got a little, but he ain't got it together, but you like him a lot. Sex is good, different things like that. But you see, okay, I know, Terrell ain't where I need him to be, but he got the potential to get there. So I'm going to get in the car, and of course, you're going to be frazzled and, whoa, you sure you know where you're going? You sure? But again, it all stems back to decision making. Fuck potential. Date somebody on likelihood of realization. And what I mean by that, look at the resume. What has he, because again, you're right, men do talk a lot. Oh yeah, baby, I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to be that. We're going to be that. But again, when a motherfucker talking, you should be listening. Okay, well, what did he really accomplish? Motherfucker saying, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna get in school. Yeah, but he done been in college before. Did he graduate? No, he didn't. So that's a red flag. Or, oh yeah, baby, we had kids. Yeah, the man got kids already. Is he active in their life? No, he's not.
Absolutely.
But again, women will see that and be like, okay, yeah, he ain't active in her life. But I mean, it's probably something she did. So wait, let me finish. So what I mean by that is, women will make excuses for a motherfucker that you like, knowing that his resume doesn't say that he completes things that he says. But I think he has the potential. If he just had the right woman in his life, I could bring it out of him. And that's the mistake that y'all fucking make. And again, that dates back to the pool. Just like you talking about this pool. Mm-hmm. Yes, there's a dating pool for everybody, but it's still your decision making to subscribe to the shit. Absolutely. Just because the dating pool is what it is, if my option or what I want ain't in it, I'm going to fuck home. I'm not diving in the pool. And y'all should do the same.
I think that there needs to be some sense of and as a woman, I'll say that accountability,
on both ends though.
On both ends. don't bring your past into your new relationship. And I had to learn that.
That's easier said than done, though.
It is easier said than done because there's certain things that I didn't know until I got into the relationship, and I was like, "Ooh, this is a pattern." Like I didn't know that, but so you have to have like.
No, you knew. You knew.
No, I did
It came
not.
across a few times. You probably just,
But I wasn't aware at the
seen that red
when I
flag
was
and passed
younger.
it like we do at 6.
Well, what do you mean, like red flag within me or within a relationship?
Well, I'm talking about with like, well, you can say within relationships, but I'm saying like as far as like tendencies that you don't seen before, or patterns you don't seen before, you ignored it.
With the person?
With the person, yeah.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna put it all on women because men do that too. But I'm saying like majority of the time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Men, when they're dating you, they come off a certain way. They give you exactly what you're looking for. They ask you,
Right.
what are you looking for in a man? And I tell women, don't tell him that. Let him show you, because y'all are gonna mimic everything that we told y'all that we looking for until you got us in love, in a relationship, and then boom, a year in, you're not who you said you were in the beginning. So we're expecting that same man that you presented to us in the beginning.
You're right.
And now you're not him, and now you stressed out because I keep doing this and talking too much, but you're not being that same man that you were in the beginning.
Did y'all give those men a hard time initially, or like how did that work? How did they get to the point to where a woman is following the lead of a man? And we can ask you because you follow the lead of a man, right?
I do.
Okay, so how did you get to that point? Like
He presented himself in a
what does that
manner
mean?
where I could trust.
Explain
and
yourself.
I could rest in my femininity. A lot of times I've been in relationships and it's like, okay, they half-assed there. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if he's gonna show up when I need him tomorrow. So I need to make sure that I got A, B, and C covered.
Right.
But my man showed up and he had A, B, and C covered. And I was like, you know what? I can relax now.
Okay, so what is that, like emotionally, physically,
financially, and all the areas that I needed, I thought that were important. Yes, he presented himself in that way. Now, was he perfect? Absolutely not. There were some things I had to go, okay, Taylor, you're being superficial here, so you need to calm down. But that came with age and maturity.
Okay.
So when you look at somebody, like, yes, when I was in my 20s, would I have passed up somebody trying to lead? Absolutely. You 26, you can't lead nothing.
That's subjective. That's
more mature than you.
Based off what?
Science.
How you feel?
No, science.
Science is
your
not
pituitary gland doesn't mature until you're 25. So women automatically mature. You're functioning at the age of 30. Y'all are functioning at the age of 20.
Yeah,
so at younger ages, we were not able to let y'all lead us.
So it sounds like women don't have self-control.
You know
That's what it sounds like.
That is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, like as far as how men are expected to control themselves when they meet women and fight those temptations. And it's like when we start having those temptations, especially as we get older in age, it's like, well, who's telling us about our temptations? Because I've had to stop myself quite a few times. It's hard, I will say, and I don't feel like we hold each other to that. Like, you need to lock it up. I know he looks good. You already know what the package is like, but lock it up because you want better for yourself and you want that leader and you already know where this road is going, which is nowhere. So, but the rose helps. So.
What rose?
The little bzzz, the rose.
Oh, the rose.
Yes, the rose is helping women lock it up and control that temptation. We are not calling back. Can we? Wait, I mean, I've already cussed. We're not calling back fuck boys. Because we have our roles, we have our whatever.
But the thing
Find what works for you ladies and stop calling these men back.
But the thing is, it's not the same as that feel. When you can feel on him and grip him, he gripping you, he inside. It's different than that rose. It's different. Self-pleasure is different than being with a partner.
When the partner knows what they're doing.
Especially when y'all want the whole romanticism thing. Y'all want to be the foreplay, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. Rub down before, things like that. And then you get yourself into what you get into. Now you in a relationship for 2 years when it should have been over after month 6.
I'm going to break this pool down. Let me start from here. As a black woman that only chooses, no offense to anybody else, I choose to subscribe to black men. From my black pool,
that's a choice too.
I have to.
But continue, right? So it's a choice. I just want to highlight that.
In my choice of choosing from black men, I gotta choose: A, are you single? A, are you not gay? A, how many baby mamas do you have? A, how many kids do you have from that baby mama? A, are you a drug dealer? Are you fucking like? It's so many different things that I have to weed out from my pool because statistically showing men outnumber women.
No.
I'm sorry, women outnumber men.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So from that pool, it's even shittier, right? Mm-hmm. So that little bitty pool of black men that ain't hotep, that ain't goddamn, like, so many different stipulations that ain't fucking subscribing to, it's all of those stipulations right now. When I finally find my select pool of 328 niggas in Houston, mm-hmm. from that pool, now I have to say, okay, your reason for not dating somebody outside of your race is, well, they believed in me. And men, especially black men, go to white women or go to Hispanic women or outside of their race because they believed in me. But the same black man will tell me, don't go after potential because potential is where you're going to get you fucked up. Okay, well, I think you guys have so many stipulations on black women that when we do try to put up our expectations, either we need to lower them or we need to do this or it's our decision-making skills. Well, damn, we don't have a lot of decisions to pick from. So yes, now we do have to lower the bar. Now we do have to pick from, well, he got common sense. It ain't a lot, but he got some. He graduated, but I mean, damn, he got 2 baby mamas, but at least he ain't gay. He da-da-da, but at least, this is, I mean, and it's sad. It's funny, but this is literally our hour. I can only speak for us, and I hope you can't. Don't know what you got going on in the background, but I hope you can't because as a single black woman that's been dating and I'm in my 30s, this is literally our reality. So then when we do ask for advice from y'all, I think it's so vague. Like, it's just so broad. I'm sorry. Like, it's like, no, we really do have a very slim pool to choose from. We don't want to go outside of our race. We want a high value black man that would love us and that would pour into us, and we can rest in our femininity, and we can submit to you. But you guys have such high expectations for us that has such a little pool that now it's like, we literally have no choice but to just be like, well, at least the nigga ain't. We do have to go for potential at this point.
You don't. You don't. And
there's a lot of women in here that's snapping and agreeing with me, but y'all don't have the same dating pool that we have, is what I'm saying.
And a lot of them have terrible decision making too.
Also, ladies, don't tell, I'm going to say this, ladies, don't tell whoever you dating first day, don't tell them what your love language is, because they go into that too, though. If you tell them, your love language is quality time and acts of service, that's all he finna do.
Yeah,
because he know that's what's gonna get him what he want.
Yeah.
I feel like, and honestly, personally, I would rather learn over time through dating you.
Yes.
And then kind of figure, okay, yeah, he like when I do this or she like when I do that, and then you can kind of, decipher what what's best for y'all. But I feel like first date etiquette, like, the guys, the things that I'm telling y'all what guys be looking for. Like, I ask you what type of woman you are, would you got kids, and when we get past all that and we start talking about love languages, because at the end of the day, it's a goal. I mean, I might not look at you as wifey day one. I might be, go come in. I want to smash. Feel me?
Right, because it's just attraction.
But over time, your personality, what you do for a living, how I feel when we're around each other, that's gonna change it to, okay, yeah, I feel like she's more than that. But like you said, if you giving me all the information up front, that's all I'm gonna go by, because I feel like that's what's gonna get me closer to my goal.
Stop talking too much. Stop staring too much, because y'all gonna use that. Don't
ask questions too, man. Ask questions.
What you've been through, because they're gonna put you through the same thing. They're like, oh, she let dude do that to her.
I look way better than that nigga.
Her, and she took him back. Oh, she just don't. If he got away with it, I'm about to get away with it. Facts. So he's gonna do it to you. So don't go in telling them, what you've been through. Just say things didn't work out.
So the women are at fault.
What?
So you saying that you said that women y'all
weren't mature enough in our 20s for us to follow is what I'm saying.
I mean, you going off what somebody else said. And everybody knows science is not definite. Science is always here and there, maybe so, maybe this, maybe not. So you basically
1 + 1 = 2.
But that's math. We talking about science.
It's a STEM.
So that's what I'm saying. Women are always gonna make sense of what they want. There's a reality
I'm not making this up. This is proven fact. Like, it's literally, you can go back and look and see when the pituitary gland matures. But that's neither here nor there. I just don't think at a younger age y'all present yourselves in a capable manner of leading a household.
Right, all that's subjective. It's a man that's 20. It's a man that's 26 that's leading. It's a man that's 26 that's not leading.
Well, let me ask you this, kind of getting off that. Do you feel like women are wrong for, kind of pushing against having a man lead? Do you feel like they're wrong for the way they feel about that?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Do you have a daughter?
I do not. But I have 2 nephews.
Okay. What would be your suggestion to your daughter dating in this world? I mean, I guess what's society? This society, I guess. This culture of dating. What would be your advice to her? If
I had a daughter,
if she wants a man to lead,
I would tell her, one, kind of be patient, kind of step back and really get to know him, kind of vet him, see where his headspace is at, see what his character is like. Ask him about his past relationships. Is he putting all the blame on the women, or is he taking accountability? Because I think that's definitely what separates. If you meet a man and he talking about how last 5 relationships it was the woman's fault, I think that's a red flag. Now, women are out here crazy, but
yes, we are.
But I mean, it's a point where because I had a relationship where I knew I shouldn't have been in it, but because me and that person had some type of prior relationship, we had a little chemistry. Sex, like you said, what I'm saying, that was the one, the ice on the cake. So I, spent a little extra time in there than I should have. So it's things like that where you really got to pay attention to, wake yourself up, really be in the moment and focus like, okay, is this right for me or is this not? And a lot of times we try to justify or we try to, give that person a little grace and things when we shouldn't. We should just go with our first mind.
If the pool is that slim pickings or whatever, move. Because you know what else?
Moving,
you know what's funny?
really
Wait. Yes, it does.
Though.
Let me finish. Because when we get to talking about, it's only so many black men, this, that, and the third, like, matter of fact, it's more women than men. That's true. And that may be true in Texas or in the United States. But in the world, men outnumber women.
So great. So the finish line for us is women, if you want to find a good guy, keep hopping around, sis. Go from state to state, city to city, and country to country until you find your guy and be great with decision making.
No, the rule is sharpen your non-negotiables.
And even if we
That's
do, like I said, from our little pool that we have, and you just said, be selective and move.
Right. Yeah. Your little pool in Third Ward Houston, or Atlanta, or Miami, or whatever. But again, it's a lot of places in this world. Your pool may be small where you are. Move to a different one. Is what I'm saying.
That's not a very great solution to me for somebody. Let's say, for example, I'm not from here. I moved here from Maryland, and the reason I moved here is because there's a lot of great things here in Houston, which is why a lot of people move here. It's a melting pot at this point. Mm-hmm. We can talk about, how much bang you get for your buck from the housing market all the way down to me being in the medical field, the tech field, oil and gas. There's so many things for people to move here. Mm-hmm. I said, as a black woman that wants to date a black man, this is who I subscribe to, and I really, really love y'all. Like, I want to care for y'all dearly.
Right.
How can I or us as women be able to meet y'all in the middle? And we do want to submit to y'all, and you got us on here pouring our hearts out, telling you how, and I feel like there's no solution still besides move.
No,
that's terrible.
No, it's a terrible solution because it's not what you want to hear. And I'm gonna give you an example as to why. Like, we can wait. Right. But let me finish. I can equate this to the workforce, right? If I'm in a city and I feel like I qualify for a certain job, but there just aren't jobs available in this city, am I just going to go without work? No, I'm not. I'm going to look in surrounding cities. I'm going to look in other states. I'm going to look wherever I got to look, put myself to where my industry that I'm qualified to be in is thriving. That's where I'm going to go. I'm not going to stay in bumblefuck to wherever I'm at and it ain't no jobs there. No, I'm going to pack my shit up and I'm going to go get my bread. Or I'm gonna go get my money. Women should do the same thing in relationships. Because look,
our great ass job up and leave for a nigga, like, to find love. That's where we're going.
You are completely missing what it is that I'm saying.
I think early on you definitely should be honest though. I mean, I don't want to go off the subject, but first day we're gonna talk. I feel like you definitely should be honest. I just feel like it's just I feel like women, you should ask more questions than being asked. Cause that'll kind of help it. When it get to a point where I'm asking all the questions, I'm gonna ask you what's your love language. I'm gonna ask you all the bullshit questions that I know I'm gonna get the answer from. You know what I'm saying? But see, a lot of women don't do that because they be feeling like first dates, he need to be trying to figure out what I'm on, or he need to be asking me this. In reality, he already coming up with a game plan. And now if you got them throw him off on some shit, like, hey, ask him some shit that he ain't probably never been asked before, or, you know, that might make it a little more interesting. But I feel like if you're going to make it, you know, like a regular date, hookah, wings, drinks, it's going to be definitely, you're going to get them same typical
hookah on a first date.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just keeping it a buck.
On a first date.
Hey, you say that, but people do that more than often. I'm just keeping it on.
That's that Atlanta
That's
thing.
That Houston shit. This the same shit. This ain't no different. Ain't nothing different around here, but the area code.
That's like a part. That's not time. How can I get to know you if it's like everybody's turning up?
Have you seen? And I think it's very rare. That new show. It's like couples go at the Ultimatum. Have you seen that?
I've seen the episode.
So there was this couple on here. They're like 23 and 26, and they want to get married. And she's ready.
Who's the man? Who's the woman?
The man is 26. The woman's 23.
Okay.
And this is the only example I say he has good leadership because maybe his dad was in his life. He was like, I'm not ready to get married because I'm trying to get out of debt. I know that she costs a lot. I'm trying to be responsible. I want to be able to provide for her. So I think that was very mature.
Right.
He was very open about it.
Right.
You don't see a lot of that in 26. They're like, oh, I could do this. I could take you here. And then they fuck up and have you out here homeless or have you out here pregnant.
That's based off how you feel. All that's what you're saying is based off how you feel. It's a lot of 26-year-old men that are capable, willing, and actively being mature and doing what they need to do, as well as 26-year-old men that's not doing all that type of stuff. So it's all about
statistically how many 26-year-olds are living at home with their parents right now?
I'm pretty sure you got the answer. You tell me. I'm pretty sure you know. You know what I'm saying? You didn't look it up and you already know.
Okay, so I'm gonna present you with a problem that I typically have dating right now.
All right.
I find good men that are, you know, from the outside looking in, everybody say that's a good man, that's a leader. But then it's like you find another person and you click with them on a different level, but they may not have those leadership qualities and those abilities. What do you do in that situation? What would you suggest women do in that situation? If they keep coming across more so people they're attracted to as far as their heart and the connection goes, but the leadership and the qualities, those qualities are not there.
Which one is more interested in you, the first one or the second one?
At this point in my life, a man that is a leader.
You know what I'm saying? Between the two examples you gave, which one out of them two is more likely interested in you that in your experience? Like the one that's showing like, I want to be there. I'm trying to, I want to advance this. I see myself with you long term, things like that.
Honestly, I can't really say because I feel like I get a good mixture of both. But I'm usually not attracted to the ones that are the leaders. Like I don't click with them mentally and all that. I see that they're a good man, that they have those qualities and all of that, but
they're not attractive.
We're not clicking as
people
who have to cohabitate.
Is it physical?
No.
Because you said he got the leadership qualities.
Yes.
So what you think it is just chemistry?
It can be mannerisms, just anything. Like the leadership is there, but the other things aren't there. The vibe is not there, I guess. And I do feel like having that vibe is important when you're choosing a partner as well, because essentially this is the person you're going to have to spend the rest of your life with unless you're open to like polygamy or all of that.
Now I'm assuming you're not into none of that.
Not yet. Not at this point in my life. I can't speak for myself 20 years from now.
Pack our shit up and go. I'm talking about if we're in a relationship, yes, I get that. The shit ain't clicking. Right. So you're saying to move. But what I'm saying is in Houston with this pool, since it's not clicking here.
But again, even here, you ain't dated every nigga in Houston yet? You haven't.
Do you think that a woman is literally supposed to jump around and date every single, because now we're getting into dating, right? Dating is something a little further than we're not even talking about fucking. We're talking about in order for you to date and really get to know somebody, it's beyond 3 months and it's beyond 6 months until that true person comes out. So I'm 32 now. If I want kids, and let's say I don't have no kids, I mean I do, but let's say I don't have no kids. I want kids at some point.
Right.
And we know that women, I don't give a fuck if you black, blue, green, or yellow, you at a certain point cannot, that clicker is not going to keep clicking, goddamn,
right,
to have kids.
I got it.
So women do have something in our head that's saying, like, you know, so.
It's very true. But
if
again.
I take a year with every nigga I meet,
no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is broad. No, and I understand. You broaden your pool. And what I mean by doing that is, again, most black folks, we gonna just keep it honest. Most niggas go to the same spots in Houston. Camp, address, fucking, well, I can name 3-4 spots that most people go to. But let me finish. What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. Broaden your horizons. Whatever you do normally, get outside of that box. Most people, I ain't gonna even select that to women. Most people are not willing to get outside of their box and try new shit. I'm gonna do what's comfortable to me, even though it ain't working and my pool is whatever it is. It's fucking terrible, whatever. But I'm gonna keep going to camp. I'm gonna keep going to address. I'm gonna keep going to Seaside Lounge, and maybe one day a nigga will magically appear and be the man that I want him to be. No, well, instead of doing that, why don't you take your shit, go to True Luck Happy Hour, go to Steak 48 Happy Hour, go on the North Side, go on the Deep West Side, go to, like, it's so many different places. So it's millions of people in Houston, and can't no woman sit here and tell me that the pool in Houston that has fucking, I don't even know, 3 million, 5 million, whatever the number is, people is, that it just ain't no man out here for me. That's not realistic, and that's making excuses.
You're saying to go outside of the box. So let's talk about people. We're not talking about dating at the club. Well, I'm gonna throw that out there right now, because if we're talking about somebody that you actually want to date, are you going to camp and saying, damn, this bitch twerking is finna be the woman of my mother? No. We went to HEB and we seen a woman with no makeup on that looked good as hell, natural, however you liked her, walking down there, you shooting your shot. That's what I'm talking about. Like, let's just be real, 9 to 5, working ass people. And I'm talking from that perspective as a woman. Even if I'm working my job, I'm gonna say a lot of men are scared of rejection, so they're not gonna shoot at me. That's A. And even I'm just be so baffled. Like, well, damn, what else am I supposed to do? Get on a Tinder or some other shit? Like, I go to coffee shops. I work remote. I work in hospitals. I work all over the place. So I'm speaking from somebody that don't just go to Third Ward. I go Woodlands, Humble, everywhere, all over fucking Houston, Atascocita, Crosby, everywhere. Like, literally. I'm not that one person that we're talking about, so that's why I'm trying to speak from that perspective.
I got you.
When you go on a date, let him talk, ask him questions. He's like, dang, I feel good. I feel relieved after going on a date with her.
But I don't feel like a lot of guys really expect that. So I feel like that kind of is attractive to a degree. Because I feel like 2022, man, it's like guys and women. I feel like guys and girls come with I'm gonna say a motive to a degree. Okay. So I would say, like, when you dating and shit, like, you definitely got, like, how you got your patterns and your quick triggers and things you go to that are kind of like make things at ease, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of think, like I was saying earlier, like, throwing questions out, because that kind of like breaks the icebreakers and it makes things more easy, it makes things more attractive for the guy. I feel like guys already going into it thinking, I got a quarter, I got to ask her a whole bunch of questions to open her up or to try to get her to, to be real with me to a certain degree. And I feel like when you are dating, for you to be able to receive that, it's kind of refreshing, honestly. Because I feel like a lot of women don't be expecting that first. Well, a lot of guys don't be expecting that first date.
I feel like a lot of women eliminate men from certain areas based off, oh, you're 22, you can't do this, or you can't. So you create a whole life, you create a reality in your head as a woman about a man, and you live by that, and you die by that, and then whatever happens. But it's like, if you just open up and allow the right man to lead, you got to pay attention to characteristics. You got to pay attention to certain things about a man. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, your past is definitely influential. Like, does he have a father in his life? You know what I'm saying? Does he have a male figure in his life? But you can't just say that, statistics say that most men at this age don't have a father in life, so he don't know how to lead because he's 24.
If you follow a trend, I'm not saying that every person is subjected to this, but if you follow a trend, it'll help you go, okay.
You are saying that kind of, but that's neither here nor there.
Stats, right? Like,
yeah, so you're not looking at the person, you're looking at stats.
All right,
so you're looking at stats.
Let me give you a nigga logic.
Come on, man.
You see a bunch of niggas running one way. You think, if I stand here, the bullet not gonna get me. The fuck?
See that, that's the problem right there. You see a bunch of niggas running the wrong way, you automatically think bullet. How you know it's a bullet coming?
And I'm not gonna
What if it's a fucking horse? Exactly. So you don't want to find out.
Take that chance and get shot, maybe.
What if it's not a gun in sight?
It could be. It could not.
It could be just a horse running down the fucking street.
Safe. I'm playing it safe. You can't take a chance on every motherfucker that comes your way.
I'm not saying take a chance on
every. Lead you directly down the hill into tragedy.
That's what I'm saying. But you saying take every nigga. You saying put every nigga in one boat. You saying don't put every nigga in one boat, but put every nigga in one boat. That's what you saying.
I think you hear what you want to hear. Just
you told me. You just told me. You just told me.
Talk about this again.
You just told me that if a bunch of niggas running one way, I'm not gonna get hit by a bullet.
It was nigga logic.
Was that woman logic or nigga logic?
Niggas running. That's black people's.
That mean a bullet coming. That mean a bullet coming.
That's how I said nigga logic.
And I said women logic.
Okay.
There's a lot of men that look good on paper. They look good on your arm. But like when you guys get behind closed doors, they're boring. They don't have nothing to talk about. Mm-hmm. The sex is not good. Mm-hmm. They don't listen. They feel like because they're making all the money, you don't really have a say, so they're controlling. That's been my thing. Meeting a lot of men that make a lot of money, the money supplements the personality. Like they don't have a personality.
Okay.
They're boring.
Okay. I guess, and that would kind of equate to on the other side with men. With women, they'll be fine, beautiful, whatever, and all they can get is some good sex. You can't get a good conversation out of them. You try to vent to them a little bit, they shut you down, or they have no clue what you're talking about. So I get it. Yeah, men go through the same things that women go through.
So what's your advice?
With that?
Yes.
You just got to take your time. My advice would just be date. You got to really date. You don't have to sleep with everybody. Like, it's good to just know people, just have conversations with them, and just understand where they're coming from. Okay. And also being honest. I think that's one of the biggest things, too. A lot of people aren't honest in general, whether it's men with their intentions or women. Like, if you just want to date or you don't want to date, like, just say that. Like, if you want a relationship, tell the man you want a relationship. Because a lot of times you'll get a woman that says she doesn't want a relationship, but it's a man that's attractive. He got stuff going for himself. Now all of a sudden he's like, oh, maybe I do because it's him. Mm-hmm. When you're really not ready. You just don't want to miss out on a possible opportunity.
Exactly.
So I think we got to fix that all around the board.
Definitely. I agree. I definitely ask men now in dating, like, what are your intentions? And that does not even mean, like, because you're not gonna be my husband, I don't see you as my husband, we can't continue to, entertain each other and see, at least what this blossoms into. But it does mean now I know how to handle you, now I know how to handle myself. So
I feel like guys do lead, but I also think it comes down to the guy that you're expected to lead. I feel like you should lower your expectations to a degree, as far as not what you want from him, but initially, like, I feel like you kind of got to come in it with a level head. Like, I can't feel like when you go above and when your expectation is like over the top immediately.
Wait, what's over the top? What is lowering my expectations?
That's another topic too, though. But
be realistic.
Just be realistic. Understand. To our reality. I'm saying, okay, so when you on the...
Why do black men want black women to do that?
What?
Because other races of men don't ask us to lower our standards.
I'm not asking you to lower your standards as far as what you want out of a mate, but I'm talking about when it comes to dating, like coming there with a mindset of, like, really honestly getting to know them and understanding their background and what they got going for it versus going into it with a motive, is what I'm saying.
I know, but why do I have to lower my expectations for you to lead, though?
Okay, now leading, I'm sorry, because I kind of went off script that. I wouldn't necessarily say lower your expectations as far as leading. I think you just got to be careful with who you're expecting to lead, honestly. Right. Really pay attention to what's good for you and not what's good for you long term and what's good for you in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Understand what was good for you when you was 22, not good for you when you're 27 or 30. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Know that, like I said earlier, what happened to you in the past ain't gonna happen to you in the future. So you gotta also take the mistakes that you made in the past and also be able to understand that as a guy get older, he has matured. He has more responsibilities. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times I feel like people don't really understand that.
In the past, I was going into just talking to a dude and I wouldn't know his intention, but I'd be treating him like I want him to like I want his intentions to be. So I want him to be my boyfriend. So I would treat him like I want him to be my boyfriend. When in his mind, he doesn't want to be my boyfriend. He just wants to smash. And so knowing that takes a lot of the thought and mental anguish out of, why isn't he calling me back? Why did he read my text message and not do this and da-da-da-da-da-da? If you already know he's just trying to smash, if he reads your text message and keeps it pushing, it's not going to be like, oh, you're just going to be like, okay, well, that's fine. But if a man sits there and tells you, I want to be serious about you, I see a future with you, da-da-da-da-da, and then he's not answering the phone and he's being really inconsistent, that also gives me the position to be like, okay, well, you said these things and you're not following through. So I can actually have something to say about that. I don't feel like I can really say anything if I don't know what your intentions are. I've just been caught up too many times where it's like, well, I never said that's what that was, so I don't know why you thought that. So now I just ask.
She got what she got in her head, and when it don't get that, and when it's over with.
Because I use science?
I mean, do you use reality? Do you use logic? Do you use logic at
Is science not logical?
Not always.
Okay. Well,
not always.
That's my point, y'all. Like, right?
Not always.
So, what would be your solution for how to?
My solution is always, number one is compromise. I feel like a lot of people don't compromise. You got to give, you got to take. Like, just because you believe in this and believe all this wholeheartedly, sometimes you may have to ease up just to, you know what I'm saying, mesh with somebody else. And I know that's hard to do because it's hard to do for me. I understand that. But sometimes you have to compromise. Yeah, I don't think that what you're doing is what you should be doing, but you know what? I'm going to believe in you because your characteristics and everything about you is cool. So I'm going to ease up. And then I get to the end, like, okay, that did make sense. I would have never done that if I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, involved with this particular person. So compromise is the number one thing. And I think women are very unwilling to compromise, you know what I'm saying? Because, of course, sometimes you get lead down the alleyway, you're like, hey, I don't know what's going on right here. You're not giving me no support. You're not giving me no safe havens or nothing like that, so I'm not going to do that. But you got to compromise sometimes and just believe that your partner, once you choose your partner, is going to lead you down the right way. They're not going to deter you down to a path that you shouldn't be going down. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard to fathom for a lot of women. So women, compromise number one.
And it's even harder because it's like, damn, I am doing everything bro was saying right here, and I don't know. And it's not me that's picking them bad, because I done did that. If I'd have never fucked with somebody in the past, they knew exactly why I fucked with them, because I'm a very blunt person. Now I'm going to tell you straight off the back, you born and you got money, you led with your wallet, so what's up? And they going to oblige. Oh, what you trying to do? What's what you trying to do? Not on the prostitute shit, but what you spend some money. What's up? I know what the game is. You went at me because you wanted some coochie, because that's why every man go for a woman. She looked good. Mm-hmm. You went for the visual.
Of course.
I wonder if I can fuck. Oh, okay. Well, shit. I see them icy chains, nigga. Or I can spot money without no chains. I'm gonna say that right now. I don't need chains and all that. I'm detail oriented when it comes to the bag, but I can spot and still know a man that's about his business.
Right.
And I don't even attract loud nigga. I'm opposite attracts nigga. Who's standing in the corner with a drink that ain't hollering at nobody, minding his bit? That's my type.
You gonna shoot at him?
What? You think I'm what? Yes. I'm saying that right now. Yes. So, I have a baby by a nigga I shot my shot at.
So again, yes. what I'm saying is there are many options out here. You just have to move around and get
I thought you meant move to another city. No. Because you move.
No.
United States got this.
But even the club, like all the shit I'm saying is just a microcosm for other shit. Even the club, restaurants, motherfuckers go to the same restaurants. I'm at Steak 48. I'm here. I'm there. Nope. How many times have you ever went to a restaurant on the north side and just kicked it, just chilled or whatever? Like, it's especially if you used to live on the south. Nniggas don't even go on the north side at all.
Hold on. The north or the north?
How you want to pronounce it? How you want to pronounce it?
45 and 10 ain't even shit over there.
Or Deep West Energy Corridor, Crosby.
I go to the Woodlands.
It's so many different places, G. Like
on a 45 and Tidwell.
So again, like people just gotta broaden their horizons, and most people, again, like I said, just refuse to get out of their comfort zone. That's just what it is. So if you're gonna stay in that comfort zone, you got to suffer the consequences of staying in that comfort zone.
I still go off of actions just to make sure your actions are matching up with what you said. Mm-hmm. But I do feel like asking is important, because you'll get down the line with somebody, and even the people that are acting like, they're calling you, they're texting you good morning, you'll find that 6 months down the line, they did not want anything serious. They're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And their own.
They did it because they knew that's what you wanted. So they're going to do everything that you wanted. Like he was saying, like sometimes women will spill too much out too early, And so men will use that against you. So if you say, you like roses or your love language is gifts, he gonna buy you gifts so he can get what he want, and then he gone.
This is true. So, I'm actually going to shout out a book I read. It's called Why Men Love Bitches. Ladies, if you're dating and you're having a hard time dating and you're trying to find the right man, or you just trying to stop getting played, really, Why Men Love Bitches. I forgot who the author was. Why Men Love Bitches.
You want to give a quick summation of the book?
So the book is basically about the nice girls versus the girls who are the bitches. And I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen it typically growing up. The girls who are super mean to guys, those are the ones I know now that are married with kids, the big house, backyard.
I don't know about them.
But when I say mean, I'm more so saying like he didn't call her, so she X'd him off the list. Mm-hmm. Versus the nice girl, he didn't call her. He came back with a weak excuse, and she's like, "Oh, okay, that's okay." And she's not standing on her boundaries. She's letting him cross her boundaries time and time again. It's really a book about how to have boundaries and stick with them as a woman. So
that's very impressive.
Why Men Love Bitches again?
That's the same thing that I think that men go through exactly the same way. It would just be different between like, just like the good guy and then the asshole in a sense. Because a lot of times the good guy gets ran over, gets taken advantage of, and then now he turns into something that he doesn't want to be based off his feelings being hurt consistently. So yeah, it's the same thing. Men go through the same, pretty similar situations.
Looking back, because I'm 30. Mm-hmm. Looking back,
I'm 31.
So at 20 something, my young 20s. Dumb to think that a man at my age is going to be able to lead me because he's still trying to find himself. He's not even financially stable yet.
Facts.
Like men are not even at their financial prime at what age?
But that's what I'm talking about. What I was saying, the expectations.
Okay.
You know that?
Right. Okay, I agree.
So you just got to be mindful, of what's good for you. Understand that. We human, bro. Everybody going through shit. You know what I'm saying? We got our own businesses, shit that we trying to run. So it's a lot of shit that come with that. Like as you get older, you kind of your expectations do get higher and higher as far as what you want from a mate. But just understand that everybody. If you come in there I'm talking about coming in with that mindset. If you come in with that mindset, then I feel like your mind would be more at ease. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm at an age where I'm expecting more.
Yeah. Facts. Keep expecting. Yeah. Facts. You did right.
Yeah.
Men just don't know how to. There's a lot of men who just don't know how. A lot of men are kind of stuck in the matrix. They trying to find themselves still. So it's hard to lead a woman and lead a whole family when you don't even know yourself. So I think that's one part. And then the second part, a lot of women out here just want to be hoes. So because of that, like some men don't want to lead those type of women. So it's one of those, you either on this side or you're on that side in a sense. You either in the streets or you married. That's kind of where we're at this point. You either all the way in the streets or you getting married.
I think it's partnership, where you do well and where your partner does well, and trust them to lead in that area and then help them along the way. So that would be my answer to it. Why do I feel like women already answered it? They feel like they can't lead because there are not a lot of leaders out here. But I think, men, if you stop trying to focus on everything and focus on what you're good at, I think women will start to follow you more. That's my answer.
Man, that's the smartest thing you said today. I give you that.
Not the stats that I came with, but
yeah, definitely not the stats. Definitely not the stats. But I like that. I like that. Cheers to that. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what you're good at, fellas, and you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
What I tell you.
Women, I feel like it comes from our past and how we were raised. A lot of us were raised by single mothers. My mother wasn't single for long, but she's a strong woman, and my dad allowed her to take that forward-facing role in the relationship, and he's okay with it. Past relationships, ladies, go to therapy, get your therapy, so you're not out here talking about all men do this and all men do that and all men whatever. Go to therapy, get your things, and then what was my last point? Oh, yes. Buy Why Men Love Bitches. That is not my book. But it helped me tremendously when it got to me dating after I had my son. And I definitely stopped getting played because I stopped letting guys play me. It'll teach you how to have boundaries. Ladies, boundaries, 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 boundaries. You need those.
And stand on them. No matter if the man is good for you or not. Stand on them damn boundaries.
If my mom was a single woman and that's how I was raised, then I feel like it was embedded in me to just be this single woman and have to take care of myself and have to take care of everything that I have going on. So it's hard for me to let that shit down for somebody else that's not basically showing me their track record of fucking all these people because they were raised by their uncle and their daddy and so on and so forth, that you gonna be the one.
You know what it is?
I dogged out all these 16 bitches, but you gonna be the one.
You know what it is?
Just believe me.
And this right here is what I mean by like women need to sharpen their instincts. For example, right? Like if you're talking to a man and you feel inclined to lead at all, that's not the right man you should be talking to, period. And again, that's what I mean by being able to quickly identify. Because that's one thing about men. You can say whatever you want about men. But when it comes to deciding which woman we gonna take serious, that's a quick decision. And again, like woman we gonna take serious and marry, and this woman here is just for sex, that's a quick decision. And those lines don't cross. And we don't look at potential. We look at realization. So again, women need to get sharp in what it is that they want from a man. You should be able to spot characteristics. You should be able to, okay, how like interested is in me, how much is he texting, how whatever the case may be.
I'm fucking mind blown because like I said, from one of your homeboys said it. A woman would be a fool to literally let every man they meet. You said from jump, a woman should be able to have the instincts to know that if a man can lead or not. We all agree with that. Yes, we do know that. But a woman would be a dumbass to automatically, on day one, be like, "Oh, this nigga the one." That's potential. You also said don't let somebody lead from potential. What? I feel like this is a contradiction.
I'm not contradicting
myself.
myself.
Run this back too,
what I'm saying is this, right? You go by what the nigga is showing you. That's all. That's it. That's all. Because based on what you're saying, right? And I'm gonna present a brand new example here. Like the common notion is that most men cheat, right? Like everybody in this room can agree with that, right? It's common notion, right? So when you go into a situation from day one, going by what you're saying, you should be like, oh no, this nigga cheating right out the gate, day one.
Cheating
because
on
the woman you with.
Cheating?
This man is cheating on me. Again, you trying to conflate. What I'm saying is this. Okay. He's cheating on the woman he's dating right now, currently, which is you in this example. Right? According to your logic, because this is what's commonly accepted, this is whatever. No, that's not how you move. You move, okay, if he giving me signs that he's cheating, or if he's showing me cheating, then I can buy into that. But if this man is being solid and showing me everything that I needed to see, I'm not reaching for that steering wheel as far as leadership. No, it's not potential. It's what's in front of you.
You're showing me that you can do what you can do by your talk.
No, by how I'm moving with you.
Day one, right?
No, not day one. No, nobody's gonna know anything on day one.
Jump, a woman.
Off jump is a wide range. Again, you are trying to defer, trying to deflect. What I'm saying is this: early on, let me be a little more specific.
Thank you.
Early on, you should be able to tell whether or not this man has qualities that are leadership qualities.
Okay.
And if you can't tell that, then you need to sharpen your decision making or switch pools. Simple and plain. If you feel inclined to lead, and this is a cheat sheet, you keep asking me for solutions. Ladies, if you feel inclined to lead at all, you're with the wrong nigga. Replace him and go find a new one.
I agree.
Period.
And on that note, we're going to get out of here because clearly we're agreeing to disagree because I just need to move out of the United States of America and go date somewhere else.
Oh, my God damn. Fellas, I don't know what else I can do, gang. I tried to break it down as much as I could, man. I don't know, man.
My name is Toya. I'm a part of the Whole Bag podcast. You can find us on YouTube at the Whole Bag, HEAUXBAG podcast.
That was good. This Nigel. Instagram, Nigel Armani, NIGELARMONI. Got a show called Unspoken Atlanta on YouTube. Check it out.
I'm Dave, Day to Day TV. Follow me on Instagram at Day to Day TV, YouTube at Day to Day TV.
It's your girl, B Taylor TV. Check out my YouTube channel, B Taylor TV on Instagram as well. I'm a journalist and I am a YouTuber who just empower women.